Dee Snider remembers pushing Howard to welcome the new wave of counterculture comedians coming onto the scene.
In 1985, I did a video with Bob Goldthwait. Bob Goldthwait and I became really good friends. Bob was coming to town, and he wanted to get on the Stern Show. Or I may have said, you got to be on the Stern Show. Because I don't think Howard hadn't broken out in New York, and Bob being from the West Coast, people didn't know Howard. I said, this is the show. So I call Howard up. I said, Howard, I'm friends with Bob Goldthwait. You know him? A Police Academy guy? I said, funny guy. I think you should have him on your show. He said, D, these are his words, I don't like having comedians on my show because they do shtick, and I don't like shtick. And I hard sold Howard on Bob Goldthwait. Now, first of all, he's living with Jackie the Joke Man, so I understand where he's getting his frame of reference. So we're talking about 86 now. So I said, look, this new wave of comedians, they're much more spontaneous, they're more improv than it is shtick. Yeah, they've got their lines and their catchphrases, but they're improv. Trust me, Bob Goldthwait will be a home run. And on my recommendation, they had Bob on.
I remember Bobcat coming on as a guest. I just don't remember Dee causing that. I know Howard wasn't crazy about having comedians on because I knew everybody. It was a classic thing how once or twice a year I would beg him to have Richard Jenny on, and he just wouldn't. And then finally, I guess they had Richard Jenny on long after I left, and Jenny said, listen, Martling used to tell me he tried to get me on this show. Was he bullshitting me? And they said, no, we got to tell you the truth. He tried for years. And I was always worried that the comedians thought that I was being a dick, like, hey, I got a gig with this guy, and I'm protecting my turf, and I'm not letting anybody else on. And meanwhile, I'm in there saying, these guys are great, and they'd be fun, and, so that was always strange.
Yeah, what I didn't realize is these guys were starting to look at my show in the way that I would have looked at, like, getting a shot on Letterman, or The Tonight Show. They were looking at it like, this is the place to be. I never saw myself like that, but they started to think of it like that. They were like, wow, I'm on the Howard Stern Show. When they would say that, I'd go, oh, they're kidding, It's just our dopey show. But they really respected it, and they admired it, and they wanted to be a part of it. They liked it. They had fun. And they made sure they were prepared when they came in. They had an agenda. It was good.
Let's bring our special guest in.
Yeah.
This morning, the very delightful Bob
Goldthwait.
Goldthwait.
We'll just learn his name when he gets in here.
Give me a break. Bob Goldthwait, who you know from Police Academies 2 and 3.
3, yes.
Here he is, man. Bob Goldthwait.
There he is.
With his 6 tabs.
He cut his hair.
Hi, good morning. Hello, hi. When is this way? Is this way? I am a living example of Dianetics.
There he is. The one man who bought the L. Ron Hubbard book.
Yes.
Yes, I did. It's like shut up, Bob.
Bob's here, of course. This is the victim of 6 cans of tab a morning.
6 cans of tab. And
I'm still working on 3. I'm just here because I don't have a gig to plug. I just heard that if I came down here, I could show my penis. Is that correct?
Yeah, right.
Your what?
His penis.
My penis.
Penis.
Little bobcat.
Little bobcat.
How big is your penis?
I don't know why. What do you mean?
You never looked at it? You never touched it?
No, but I never came in, I never had it out and said, geez, where's that yardstick?
I enjoyed your work in Police Academies 2 and 3 because I've seen them both.
Yeah, right.
No, I really
have. You really
have.
didn't see Police Lobotomy?
No, I really saw it. I'm not kidding around. It was really good.
Yeah, he's pulling my carrot. You didn't see those bonehead films?
Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, tell him what he did in the films. He doesn't believe you.
Well, in Police Academy 2...
let me go out on a limb here. Did you scream, Bob?
Yeah, did you wear a weird haircut and scream a lot? Yeah, that was it. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, Bob is like Dee Snider's really good friend.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
That's like my claim to fame?
I'm going over to Dee's house. I've never been to Dee's house. But I'm going to go over there.
Yeah.
4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to figure it's going to be a swim party. And I got to figure Dee's wife's going to be wearing a bikini.
Have you checked out the forecast?
Hey, do you know what? Hey, has anybody got a long-range forecast? If it rains on 4th of July, I'm going to take a gun and shoot myself. In fact, you can do it, Robin,
I'll
for me.
shoot you.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd have the heart to do it to myself. Oh, man. I know there's a 99% chance of an erection. For sure.
When?
4th of July.
Oh, okay. I'll be back in California, but perhaps I'll see it from there.
Bob was on many times. Subsequently, I'll never check this, you will see comedians being few and far between pre-86 and Bob Goldthwait. After 86, these people became cornerstones of the new Howard Stern on-air thing. These guys were key. I mean, his relationship with these comedians and these new guys who were capable of getting on the air and riffing. And that was important to Howard. You had to be able to riff. So I've never been given credit for hard selling him. And would he eventually have gotten comedians on? I don't know. But he did not want comedians on his show. And Dee Snider said, do it. And because I was one of the biggest rock stars in the world right then and one of his friends, and he had come to trust me, he took a shot. And I think it worked out pretty well.
If Bobcat opened the door to the new wave of comedians, it was a pudgy Pentecostal ex-preacher who ripped that door off its hinges.
Sam Kinison was a one-of-a-kind comedian and is still sad to this day. You know, it's like, people would always ask these questions, well, what would Sam be doing now if he were alive? It's like, well, what would Hendrix be doing? And it's like, I mean, that's what Sam was like to me. It was kind of like almost like a Hendrix kind of character. He's one of a kind. I remember Gary kept pitching Sam to come on the show. And Gary was getting, like, frustrated. It's like, oh, man, I really want Howard, like Sam, I think he'd be great for the show. And the reason they wanted him on because he had a CD coming out. So I said, well, let me hear the CD or whatever.
They got us, man. They fucking got us. You might as well have a trigger on it, ladies, because we do what you say. Women should just reach in their panties and go, is this what you wanted? Let's go. Come on. I think this is what we were talking about, right? The pussy? Let's go. Come on. It's time to go home. Say goodnight to your friends. Come on. Put your fat fucking ass out in the car, or you will not get this. Yeah. The guy's like, oh, she got the pussy! I gotta go home, guys. I like to stay and party like a real man, but she's got the pussy! Oh, you fucking bitch, you whore. If you didn't have the pussy, oh, I'll never forgive you for this. Oh, it's worse than rape. It's worse than rape. It's true, you know it.
And I was howling, because to me, this thing was killer from beginning to end. And I'll never forget when I came back in. And maybe it was just the way that it was said. I just said to Howard, it was like during a commercial break, I said, listen, dude, I said, I don't know if you're ever going to have this guy on the show or not. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. But you've got to listen to this cassette. This is like some of the funniest shit that I've ever heard. And I don't know if that's what did it. But Sam came on. They were like kindred spirits.
Comedian Norm Macdonald.
Well, I remember Kinison, before he broke, he couldn't get any work in the United States. So he'd come up to Canada where I was, and I got to open for him all the time. And he was the funniest guy I ever saw in my life, live on stage. He was amazing. He told me I was going to do Howard, and I said, well, what are you going to do, And he said, he's the king, I'm just going to treat him like the king. I'm not going to try to compete with him, I think he's the funniest guy there is. I'm just going to go on and give him the respect,
Richard Belzer.
I miss Sam. I still think about him. That's a rough one. Sam and Howard obviously had a love affair. Sam was always great radio. Sam was a force of nature on the air, on stage, off stage, and wherever we were. It was just so dynamic and so crazy and wild and fun, and he lived life to the full. And I think that he and Howard were kindred spirits, and I think Howard helped Sam a lot in his career. So they were soul brothers.
Artie Lang.
Sam Kinison would not have been as big as he was without the Stern Show, without question. The timing was perfect for their two careers to kind of collide. And when he went on Howard, we were curious if they were going to work well together.
Sam Kinison was one of my favorite guests. Again, Sam was the kind of guy who'd come in with an agenda, out of control. He could have been a Whack Pack member, aside from the fact that he was super famous and a super brilliant stand-up comedian. To hang out with Sam during his prime, to see him walk in, shit-faced, drunk off his ass, walk into a venue, and pretty much come up with a brand new act, almost, on stage, just talking. I mean, I've never seen an ability like this. He could do a show and then do a completely different show. And he was brilliant. I mean, he would have people laughing so hard. I'm not a real easy guy to make laugh. I never saw a gift like this in comedy. Really. No one. And, I was a Richard Pryor fan, but I have to say, Richard Pryor never made me laugh like Sam Kinison did. Eddie Murphy does. I mean, I would say Sam Kinison and Eddie Murphy were two of my all-time favorite comedians because they could really make you laugh hard. And I'm not taking anything away from Richard Pryor when I say this, because he's the guy who was a pioneer, but these guys took it to a new level, and Kinison really was something else. And Kinison had a real appreciation for what I did. He knew how to come on the show and entertain.
Hey, where's Sam Kinison? Sam, get in here! I want to meet you. You're happening. This guy's funny. I'm laughing already. Hey, Gary, I don't want to see you. I want to see Sam. Gary's looking for a spot. I didn't see Gary on a Rodney Dangerfield special. And where's my drinks?
Water?
Where's my water?
It's already 20 after 7 and you haven't had any water?
Gary thinks I'm like a camel. Like, what am I, a camel? Hey, look who's here, Sam. It's you. I swear to God, you look the same.
There he is.
You look the same in person. Unbelievable.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Well, I'm just fresh from the drug wars.
Yeah. Hey, wait a second,
Are you
Sam.
fighting them too?
Oh, yeah.
Are you on drugs? Seriously?
Well, I think...
Hey, have you ever done crack?
No. I've never even had anybody offer it to me. I don't know anybody that has muscular dystrophy either.
Yeah, well, we don't think that anybody has crack or muscular dystrophy because we never met anybody who has it.
Yeah, it just occurred to me the other day. Like, I'm 32. I don't know anybody with muscular dystrophy. I know they're out there.
Yeah.
But they make it sound like you're going to be walking to work.
Oh, God, my legs, somebody shoot me! Put a bullet in my head! Look at my body! Oh,
Oh, boy.
Yeah, all that money on the telethon, and we've never actually seen, except for the kids on the...
Is he on the dais of the Jerry Lewis roast?
Yeah, I think you're going to become a friar.
$200 million, and we're just not any closer to that cure. You know
I tell you. I think we should give up.
It's like, guys, how's the research going? Well, we're just not getting any sleep. I'll tell you that. We're putting in day and night against this disease. It's like, yeah, okay.
Hey, Sam, I didn't even know you were this happening. I hear you got like 10 people from Warner Brothers with you here.
Yeah, well, they're afraid for us to come outnumbered, So.
Man, Sam walked in, and evidently there's a whole entourage thing going on in my office.
Where did we put them? Because our office isn't big enough for that many people.
Rodney Dangerfield told me, he says, you were born with an entourage, kid. 6 kids had to come out of his mom first to check out the room before he'd come in.
Now Rodney, man, really loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been an interesting friendship.
Oh, man, you're so lucky.
If he wasn't such a bastard to work with. The man is a drunk, alcoholic, drug-addicted bastard.
He is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, after 4 in the morning, a 12-year-old insecure boy isn't safe. I'll tell you.
I tell you, Rodney. Hey, we know that, remember?
This guy is the original monster.
True.
We had Rodney on the show, and...
He couldn't have been like this all the time, though.
What,
he must
Rodney?
have changed after he became a big star.
Yeah, I think he was probably like a real humble guy who's real bitter, at the world now because obviously he feels he should have made it when he was in his 20s.
Oh, yeah.
And he should have been porking broads when he was in his 20s instead of being like a salesman and stuff.
Right. Anybody seen any young pictures of Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think there are any.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty hostile dude. I think you're right. And what it is, his public persona is like that of a nice guy.
Yes, who berates himself and
hey, I don't get respect.
Right, yeah.
Then, meanwhile, then he calls up Betsy Torres, who worked with us, was trying to pick her up for like 2 days, and she wouldn't go out with him. Finally, she agreed to go out with him. And then he said, "Well, you're gonna score with me," and she said no. And he said, "Well, the hell with it. I want to go out with you."
That's my man.
right,
That's Rodney.
I dig Rodney though.
Oh, he's the best.
He's a funny guy.
He's a good
sexual vampire. Man.
He is. Yeah.
He draws his life from the young. Come into my house.
Ooh.
Man, you must be having some life, man. I swear to God, the HBO special, I got a tape of your record that's coming out. Is that going to be a record?
Yeah, it's out. It's out in the stores.
Oh, that's
I've seen him on record. He's on the side of an album.
I went to a couple rekind stores yesterday.
I think I would
People
get
went,
oh, he walks among us! He walks among us!
It's kind of cool.
So, this has got to make you feel pretty good, right?
Well, I just thought I'd use your show to come on here and say that I'm
from the Church of Hell! I am the son of Satan! Oh, I walk in the earth! I walk in the earth!
Is there any, backward messages?
That's got to be everybody's fantasy, though, Come on the radio and go,
in a year from now, you will wear my mark! You will wear my mark.
People are driving to work going, what? In a year from now, we'll wear his mark.
Wait a second. Here, this is...
What's this guy talking about?
Here's what you need. Wait a second. How come my machine is working?
Your machine.
Son of hell. Try this.
That's great.
He does walk among us.
The mark of the beast.
He's going to get one.
This has got to provide some interesting going to work entertainment.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Possession is real. Possession is real. I'm chewing my own blade. Incubus. Incubus here. Beelzebub.
How many names for the devil do you know?
Oh, well, see, if we take away my ex-wives, it leaves about 8.
8 names.
8 or 9 names.
You got a couple of ex-wives,
Oh,
haven't
I
you?
certainly do. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
What a collection.
Really?
Wow, how'd that happen to you?
Oh, God. I'm lucky to be alive.
Really? Were they nice looking, though? They must have been very
Oh, yeah. They were very hot and nasty. And
Well, because you're in show business and...
Spank me, Daddy. Spank me.
Really? All that, huh?
Seriously, though, you're not
I
married.
know I've been bad.
No, come on. You're not married now, though, are you?
No.
And you must be... How many girls are you getting off of this whole comedy thing now? Are
Well,
you...
it's a little hard to do my act and mingle after the show.
Oh, come on.
Women are like, it's like they want me to drive them home.
Groupies?
Comedians get groupies.
They do, but I'm not, I don't know, for some reason I don't drawn. I draw a lot of guys that go, I understand how you feel. I'm hostile too.
No, come on, man.
It's like,
Seriously.
oh, bastard, get away, bastard!
Wait a second, though. after like the HBO special and
Get
stuff.
that lip gloss off! Get that lip gloss off!
After the HBO special, you must be getting some girls now. I mean, when you hang out with
It has to
Rodney,
be happening now.
you must be getting girls now.
Well,
I'm talking about Class A Mogambo. I'm talking about like penthouse girls and Playboy
Have
girls.
you been to the mansions?
it's funny, I got an invitation about a week and a half ago and I blew it off.
Yeah?
You did?
Yeah.
To Hef's?
Yeah. They said, come up. I was doing a one-man show in L.A. They said, come up to the mansion after the show. And
Oh, you should have done
we
it,
just
man.
couldn't work it in.
No, you should have done it.
I
Because it's
wanted
funny
to,
now. Half
but
has half had a stroke. He's like, I went over here with my wife, and my girlfriend.
Have you seen his new girlfriend?
He's my new girlfriend.
yeah.
Carrie Lee. Oh, boy.
She is nice, man.
She's cute. I saw that picture. Yeah.
And you know something? You know who used to get a lot of penthouse girls was Belushi.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because we met
No,
a couple
Playboy.
of them. Playboy
He used to
girls.
get, yeah.
As a matter of fact, Belushi had a whole stable of them.
Wow.
Because when we were doing a record signing thing or something.
Yeah, we came to some auto show. That's what it was.
Disc jockeys have to do stuff like go to auto shows. I don't do that anymore. I'm much too happening since I've been on Letterman. But
Hey,
yeah, you know.
pal.
Hey, you've been on Letterman, right?
Yeah, I'm going on tonight.
Oh, you are?
Oh, we'll have to watch.
Yeah, I'm starting the day off with you and ending up with David Howard. So it'll be a
that's
full day.
What a beautiful compliment to your career. Ooh.
Young men with a sense of humor.
Who's going to be on with you?
I don't know. I haven't checked it. I looked last
What's
night
it
and
about?
they had a
Wait a minute,
some
I gotta
rerun
stop
was
it for a
on. They're
second.
trying to get Terry Gar to take a shower. And
No, because Letterman hosted the Emmys. That's such demanding work.
Yeah, he couldn't do two
couldn't
shows.
do two
What's
shows.
wrong with you?
Come on. Yeah, I'll tell you who's gone with you.
You got it?
Yeah, 11:30 tonight, Letterman. No, 12:30 he's on.
Right.
who we got?
Australian TV personality Paul Hogan. Comedian Sam Kinison. And actor Jerry O'Connell, man, you should be getting the first spot, opening spot. You should be getting at least 20 minutes on tonight's show.
Yeah, sorry, Paul, we ran out of time. We'll have to have you back tomorrow.
You know what I did my last time on Letterman? I had my agent call up and demand that I'm on first, and I get the first 2 segments, or else I don't want to be on. And you know, they did it.
Wow.
And you've got enough people, man, and you've certainly got enough.
I could storm NBC right now. I have enough troops.
No,
Plus,
come on,
there's
man.
a lot of them that are under the spell of my voice in your audience, so they can will to come.
People are all afraid of Letterman, but let me tell you something, man. There's like 50 talk shows on at night. And I think the talk show host should be kissing our ass for being entertaining guests, because it's getting awfully competitive. Yeah! I'm serious.
Yes!
Don't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess he doesn't. But
I do.
Just David.
What would he do
you?
without us?
Just seriously, your career looks bad if you end up going on Letterman
And you don't get a big shot.
and you're on last at 1:30 in the morning, and then he finds he has 3 minutes because he was talking to Paul Hogan, who nobody knows.
Yeah. That's right.
You don't need to look bad in your
Some
career.
Olsey.
Let me tell you something, man. You're brilliant.
Well,
You're
thank
a
you,
genius,
Howard.
comic genius.
Thank you, Howard. God, to get an endorsement like this from Howard Stern, ladies and gentlemen,
Possession is real. I willed him to say it.
But really, I mean, when you go on Letterman, you've been on a few times. He talks to you and all that.
Does he talk to you during the commercials?
The first time I didn't sit down with him because I just went out and did my thing because I didn't know if I could trust him. You know, I've seen him really hack into some comics, and I thought, this is his show. This is his audience. He's going to win. Even if you win, he's going to win.
Right.
Crown,
Yeah.
And but the second time I went on, they go, no, David wants to talk to you. And so I used to be a minister, so I didn't really want that out. But now it's kind of out. But I was expecting him to so Sam, you used to preach. You turned your back on God. How do you feel about that? You're great, you ass.
Yeah, that's right. That's a big deal that you used to be a minister.
Oh, man,
the whole time I was watching that HBO special and going, hey, he used to be a minister.
Oh, I know. There's a lot of church people out there that have to be freaking out of their shorts.
Your brother is still an evangelist, right?
Sure, 2 older brothers have been.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they preach in the Midwest.
Oh, man.
Oh, they're out there, man.
I thought that was
I'm making life real easy for them, believe me.
I thought that was sort of like a hype
Brother
or something.
Kinison, why does your brother call himself the beach? The Bible tells us, and I'm sure they're getting plenty of that.
But that whole preaching thing you can make some money with.
Well,
if you're real good at it.
Yeah, if you really want to, be Dracula and suck people's money out of their lives and tell them Jesus told me to build a amusement park for Christians only. It's like, what is Jesus, a tax lawyer now? What is this? Yes, this is Jesus. This is Jesus. Now, get a nonprofit organization and have your mom be the secretary, your wife be the vice president, and we'll take the funds, we'll launder them through the church, and the church will own your car and your clothing and all the things. You won't actually have any possessions. Say, hey, you didn't even used to own a horse. Who is this? This can't be the same Jesus. Who is this?
It's strange the messages he's giving some people.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, imagine when Jesus told Pat Robertson to run for president. How did that
that's
all
all
come
we
about?
need. Right, a preacher in the White House. I'll sleep at night now. That'd be nice.
Well, did you hear Pat is
with a
going
drug war going on and a preacher in the White House?
Yes. Yeah. Pat is going to take some time off from the show. He's not going to be running the PTL Club on a day-to-day basis.
Who told him to do that? Who told him to do that? Jesus?
It had to be Jesus or Santa. One of the popular voices. Maybe the Easter Bunny broke through.
The Easter Bunny talks to Pat Robertson. I read that in the New York Magazine.
What am I, 10? I think the last thing Jesus said to people was, "Oh, God, that hurts!" That may have been his last transmission here on the planet. Jesus, this is your life. Remember this noise?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be doing any more preaching. That's for sure.
No, I don't think
Yeah, the hell with that.
Let's burn that bridge.
Yeah, I think you're going straight to hell when you die.
Hey, I can handle it. I was married for 2 years.
No problem.
Sounds like a... Oh, man.
You didn't have kids, though, did you?
No, thank God.
Oh, man. You
My
don't
wife
know.
would be using them on me, man.
Yo, that's for sure. Let me tell you something, man. I have 2 kids, and I love my kids, don't get me wrong. But if you saw I just had a week off, and I'm like happy to be back at work. What does that say for having kids?
Oh, man.
I mean, no, but I've got that under control.
Shame on you.
No, I love my kids. Come on.
Are you like with the mother and all that, or are you divorced?
No, I'm married.
So you're married?
Oh, yeah. And I love my wife.
Well, there's kids involved.
You see, I love my wife because I met my wife before I was famous. So I feel that she really loves me.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious.
not saying that. Don't go
He
by
doesn't
my love.
believe it exists.
Don't go by my love.
She really does love me.
Yeah.
He's a bitter man, Howard.
Unless,
Keep repeating it. She really does love me. She really does.
But wait a second. Look at
my fame and my house and my wealth has nothing to do with it. She'd be right
loves
there
you a
with
lot
me.
more now,
If we were
doesn't she?
standing in line for stale bread, she'd be.
But wait
right
a second,
there.
though. Seriously, I mean, look at my face. This is not a face you love. And this woman married me when I was making $96 a week. I gotta figure she really dug me.
Actually, you weren't making anything when you two were together for a long time when you didn't even have a job.
Yeah, I was a student, and I even admitted to her that I wanted to be a disc jockey before I married her.
Yeah.
And even my in-laws hated my guts because I wanted to be a disc jockey.
Yeah, but they've changed their tune.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they come over now. Oh, you know something? I can't wait till all the relatives see your new house, your nice new big house. And now I'm like the pride of the family.
Yeah.
Everyone was like saying, how can you make any money being a disc jockey?
I showed you. I showed you. I showed you, didn't I? Your worst nightmare came about, didn't it? I'm a success. Yes.
I wish we could get the voice of Jesus to sound like that to Pat Robertson.
Oh, yeah.
I was wrong about you. I was
It's got to be the same Jesus, Pat.
Yeah. Susan Bezirkowitz is here. She's waiting to get on the air. She has jury duty. We will get to her, but I'd rather talk to Sam Kinison because he's a lot helpful.
Yeah, I don't think her traffic is nearly as funny.
Do you say Kinison or Kinison?
No, Kinison.
Kinison, all right.
Right, yeah.
So I would rather talk to Sam.
The Sam?
I would rather talk to Sam.
All right.
You know why people turned in? A lot of people tuned in this morning just to see how you and I were going to hit it off.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, I got all this stuff, man. Oh, watch out for him. Watch out for him.
Why do people say that?
I don't know. He's charming.
Everybody thinks I'm some kind of dick.
Yeah. You're wonderful, man.
I'm no dick.
He's no dick.
He is no dick.
Could you repeat that? We'll get that on tape.
Oh, you people suck.
Only way you drive into the other lane and take your own life. Put some AC/DC music on. Grab a steak knife.
You know, Sam, I'm hoping what happens is that I believe that Sam is going to be the next big movie star.
Yes.
I think you're going to be the next, like an Eddie Murphy almost. Like, except you're white.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
Right.
The only
That
difference.
could be an advantage in the corporate market. Who knows?
All you got to do is, you're writing a screenplay or anything?
No, I've been waking up my own vomit for about 3 weeks in a row. And drinking till sun up.
Do you really?
Indulgent. No,
I don't think so.
I'm having fun. I read a screenplay I kind of like it.
Oh, yeah, you see?
It's called I Knew the Love Was Over When You Stopped Getting Wet.
That's it. That's
and
beautiful.
I thought it, I cried.
a good sign.
When I read
That's
that,
for you.
I thought that's a big clue.
Man, that's for you.
That's a big clue. The fascination may be over.
Yeah.
But you know what happens? See, Sam could go into the movies and
What do you mean lubrication? We never needed it when we were in love.
Hey, that is the truth, though. Hey, you want to know something?
Let's not talk about
It's true.
It's true.
Sam's right, though. He is right. That's
The
one
love is over when they stop getting wet, Howard. The love is over.
Let me tell you
man.
something.
Move! Change your address!
Let me tell you something. You're absolutely right. Because when we were... I shouldn't be talking about this.
I knew this was going to happen. You brought this up.
See, every time a guest brings this up, I start talking, and then my wife doesn't talk to me for a
No,
week.
you're going to
I wanted to talk about something else, but
Possession is real. Possession is real.
Can I have some music while I play this? While I say this?
give him some testimony music.
Thank you. Well, anyway, about my
You
glasses.
might want to try something a little. It's a little kinky, but you might want to try something. Don't really sneak a loaded 45 under the coat.
Oh, that works, huh?
And you're making love, and they start that boredom thing.
Yeah.
You know, that you're not any bigger. It's not any more magical.
Yeah.
And then you take the gun out, and you go, and you stick it next to her head and go,
Are you bored now? Are you bored now?
Do I have your full attention?
and they get excited, Howard. They
They do.
scream and everything. Ow, ow! You know,
They actually move, don't they?
Sam, man, you're going to get me in trouble. You're a real pain in the ass. I'm never having you on the show. I swear to God. You're much too graphic. But, you know what I'm hoping to happen?
What?
Sam will get very famous. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, he's going to remember us, Robin.
Oh, yes,
yes,
And put us in some kind of movie. Because, you see, this is what always happens.
They get famous and they forget us.
It'll be impossible to book Sam on the show even when he gets this famous.
Well, this
No, I'm having a good time. I'll be back.
All right, take
You
it.
would? See, he lies. He
I'm
He's a
coming
liar.
back now. I'll
You're a
I'm
liar.
coming back. I'm going to be back in town the 29th
All right, then you're booked.
of November.
All right.
All right,
For the
get back
Ritz,
on.
and you got to come to my show.
You can beat the Ritz.
The 29th of November.
Oh, excellent. Wait till you see the dressing room.
Have you ever
bad is
played
it?
there before?
No.
Oh, goodness.
When you do you like change in your dressing room? Wear the clothes that you're going to wear. Don't change because it's so cold back there in November.
There is no water.
There's no water, no bathroom. And then when you change
we're
back
coming
there,
right from the limo right on the stage. Then.
yeah, you're right from the limo onto the stage. It's a great place to play, though.
Yes.
Have you ever played there?
No, I've never even seen the inside.
But everybody stands up, during it. There's no
Yeah.
seating.
Well, no, I'll just have to will them to have extra strength.
No, but it works. I mean, it's a great
that's
place
a fun
to play.
crowd
It
at
does?
the Ritz. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we were scared to play there, and then when we did it, it was like fun.
Yeah, I was with you know John Shear.
Sure. Do I know John?
yeah,
John's got
that's
half of his hands in my pockets.
He was telling me about your shows. I went to the football game with him Sunday. Saw the
Oh, you did that with
Jets
him?
game.
Oh, you were at
with
the
him?
Jets
Oh
game?
God, I never saw anything like it. I
See, he
never
keeps
saw it.
inviting me to go to a football game with him, but I don't want to get too chummy with him because I got to figure he's too nice a guy. He's got to be shifty somewhere down there. I don't trust him yet.
Yeah,
He's a good guy, though, isn't he?
yeah, he seemed pretty good. Great tickets, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was great because I want to see that game the 30th between the Jets and the Rams. So he borders on being a savior, man.
He's a pretty good guy. Hey, I want to thank my dear show business friend, Sam Kinison.
Hey, Howard.
You won't forget us, will you,
I won't
Sam?
forget you. I'll come back. We'll do the thing the 29th.
All right.
Yeah, 29th, you're here.
Why don't you come down and party at the Ritz with me? We'll have fun that night.
Oh, you know something? I'm going to do that. I don't care what my wife says, man. I'm coming to party with
He
you.
lies. He won't be there, Sam.
Go home. I showed you what to do, right? You
Is it
wake
a-
up in the middle of the night and just go over and while she's asleep.
Yeah.
Just go. Pop her right in the face, then lay back like you're asleep again.
Yeah.
And they wake up and they go, you go, what's wrong, honey? What's wrong? Is there someone in the house? What's wrong? That's how you do it.
Is it going to be a Friday night that you're playing or Saturday
I think
night?
it's a Saturday night.
I'm there.
All right, we'll take care of you.
This is it. I'm there.
All right, Howard. I appreciate everything, man.
All right, so you got to come back on, and good luck to you, man. You're great.
Hey, keep breaking the rules, brother.
Hey, you are great.
We're going to have some fun.
You're beautiful. Don't ever
I love
change.
you, Robin.
Oh, I love you too. I love you. I love you.
And you get wet, I can tell.
All right, Sam Kinison!
Hey, this is Richard, Prince of Payne Lewis, and you're listening to the history of Howard Stern on Howard 100 and Howard 101.
The history of Howard Stern.